Hello, back again. So, my people, how are you doing? How is everybody doing? How's your day going so far? This is an impromptu video. Okay, before I go on, how do you guys like my outfit? Something I do wear occasionally and I feel good wearing it. So, for people that are not Africans, this is a traditional African outfit. So, as I was saying, this is an impromptu video. Yesterday when I was on bed before when I got back home and I was on bed just before going to sleep, I started thinking about something related to productivity and grabbing possibilities. So something crossed my mind and I was wondering, you know, a lot of times people get limiting beliefs and limiting beliefs in terms of when you dream big, a lot of the times people don't even believe they can accomplish those dreams. There's this, I think our mind is a bit locked up. You don't even think it's possible. So virtually that seeps itself through from your subconscious and you are not able to accomplish anything much. So just let me give you an example. So for instance, if I were to say probably I'm giving myself a target, maybe in 6 months, quarter, half a year or a year, I intend to be making $1 million profit monthly. So, when you say that, to will it into existence, I think it's very interesting because the way the mind works, because something like that, something similar had happened to me before. There's this verse in the Quran. I'm a Muslim, so it goes like, what it says is, when you pray, God provides an avenue from where you least expect it. So back then, I had some of my prayer points, so I just sat down for a while to think about that, like, how does that even happen? So if you're after something, you're going after something, how do you get it from where you don't even expect? So it got me thinking, and I believe a remedy to this issue is just to have faith that you can accomplish it, you can do it, and no matter how big or how impossible things seem, because other people have done it, so you can always do it. And because for like people in, maybe you have a community or you have so your social standing and a lot of these things seep into your beliefs. So if you're surrounded by a crowd, or maybe all your contemporaries have just been able to reach a high, do you ever contemplate of being bigger than that? I think a lot of times we walk in like a kind of prism where we're presented with. So you can't imagine, you can't think of something bigger than where you are. So it's like that kind of limits your ambitions, because basically that is the limit for you. That's where you feel you can reach because of all the things around you. So, but that's why it's actually good to have big goals. And I feel the more big goals you have, when you start knocking them down one by one, your perspective changes completely. Completely. And like here in Nigeria, because of the exchange rate, for instance, if somebody earning maybe $1,000, $2,000, it seems like wow, it's a lot of money. When you it actually is a lot of money in naira. So, but when you look at, so sometimes when you look at what is obtainable out there, then you feel that you might be limiting yourself by putting such a low target. So I had an experience recently. I was discussing with a few of my colleagues. So they were saying how people in the maritime space, that's the people in the industry, how they're earning dollars, and they made it seem like it's a whole lot of money and all that, which it is, don't get me wrong, in Nigeria. So I thought about this. I was like, wow, maybe I'm even in the wrong profession, maybe those guys know what they're doing. Maybe I'm just, dabbling a bit, just out there. So I did think about it. Then after a while, I realized, so I checked what are the opportunities out there. Fine, there are opportunities here in Nigeria, but if you look at the opportunities outside Nigeria, then it becomes not too, it's not too, which word should I use? It's not like a dream job anymore. It becomes like a regular job. So I thought about this, then I'm like, well, so probably if you go that route, you just be a big fish in a small pond. So I'm just out here to encourage everybody basically to actually reach for the stars. And you never know. I mean, the first step, you can't tell how successful or how big you're going to be. And even if you stumble across the way, I think it's part of the learning curve. It's part of the learning curve, and the experience really counts. The experience really counts, and I feel it's kind of that would make life kind of worthwhile for you to have your dreams and ambitions and go after it. A lot of times, a lot of people. So a lot of these things, from my own personal experience, people feel stuck. Maybe you're in a job, then you wonder, what is out there? Can I get what is out there? Then on the other hand, you think, well, I have my responsibilities at home, I have things I have to do. So it's a really tough choice to make. So you have to juggle it and make the right decision. So, but you just have to, ultimately, you have to leave your comfort zone to even know what is possible. You have to leave your comfort zone and go after your dreams, no matter how improbable they look. What you could do, you just get like a sheet of paper. I've done this myself, and this is me actually. This is part of the things I'd wanted to do. Create a channel, talk about my experiences, hopefully provide value to somebody out there. That is the key, and in the same process grow myself. So what I'd suggest and recommend anyway, you get a sheet of paper, write it down, write down the possible steps you need to take. And another thing is, a lot of the times when you set out to do some of these things, a lot of people, probably from a position of care, others maybe not so much, they try and teleguide you or tell you, oh, this will work, why don't you tweak it and change it a bit. So a lot of the times, you know your vision better than anybody else. So, but then, however, you shouldn't get too bogged down. You should be flexible to change a bit, you know? So, but you still have to go after it. And probably, but what I would say is, regardless of what anybody tells you, it's better to test the waters and see how it goes. So this was supposed to be a short video, So just try it out and see how it goes. I encourage you to do that, and the universe will support you ultimately if you go after your dreams. So let me round up the video. It was supposed to be just a short video of explaining my thought process, and I imagine a lot of people are having this challenge, some knowingly, some unknowingly, and I thought to share my experience with you guys and hope that benefits you people as well. So have a nice day, and I'll see you soon in my next video. Bye bye, take care, cheers.